Egypt is a land of mysteries. A land where, for centuries, ancient civilizations have risen and fallen, leaving behind only tantalizing clues about their cultures and histories. And now, it seems, we may have uncovered yet another Egyptian mystery, a 3,300-year-old cave that has been found intact. The cave, which was discovered in the Western Desert, is believed to date back to the New Kingdom period. And while its purpose remains a mystery, it is clear that this cave was once an important part of ancient Egyptian life. So, why did it remain hidden for so long? And what secrets does it still hold? Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel. Watch the video to find out more about this mysterious 3,300-year-old ancient Egyptian cave. An excavation shovel made an accidental discovery of an ancient Egyptian burial cave on an Israeli beach. The cave contained nearly 100 ceramic utensils and bronze artifacts that dated back to approximately 3,300 years ago, during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II over the area of ancient Near East that was then known as Canaan. According to a press release issued by the Israel Antiquities Authority, IAA, and the Israel Nature and Parks Authority, the discovery was made on Wednesday in the kibbutz of Palmakim, which is located just south of Tel Aviv. The cave included a variety of vessels, including bowls, some of which were painted red and some of which contained bones, chalices, cooking pots, storage jars, lamps, and bronze arrowheads or spearheads. The artifacts, which had been deposited there around 3,300 years ago as funeral gifts to accompany the dead on their last trip to the afterlife, were discovered in their original state, unaltered. At the time of the discovery, the artifacts were apparently arranged in the same manner that they had been thousands of years earlier during the funeral rites. In an interview with El Pas, Diego Barcan, the director of the Tel Aviv district for the Antiquities Authority, said, "We knew we were in an ancient region, but a find like this is only discovered once in a lifetime." Bowls, some of which were painted red, chalices, cooking utensils, storage jars, and oil lamps are some of the items that are made out of ceramic. Because ancient Egyptians believed that death was just a momentary separation of the spirit from the body and not the end of a person's existence, they presumed that the artifacts that were being buried with the deceased would be of some service to them once they were resurrected. Arrowheads and spearheads made of bronze were also found among the items that were excavated. The arrangement of the arrowheads leads the archaeologists who are studying the discovery to assume that they had been stored in a quiver made of organic material that is decomposed into dust over the course of time. This theory is based on the fact that the arrowheads are in such poor condition. When the digger who discovered the find was doing maintenance work on the beach, she stumbled across the entrance to the cave, which was dug out in the shape of a square with a pillar in the middle of it. The team of archaeologists that had been sent to investigate the discovery entered the cave by descending down a ladder. The artifacts will now be investigated by specialists in order to give further understanding about the funeral practices that were prevalent throughout the Late Bronze Age. We'd previously understood how individuals were buried during that age, but generally in ancient times these caverns were robbed, she said. Barcan explains that this seems very much like walking inside a laboratory. There is no way to determine who the individuals were that were laid to rest in the cave. The scientists will try to extract DNA from the remains, despite the fact that they are in a very degraded state. Additionally, plants and teeth will be examined for data. Because there are approximately 100 receptacles, we do not know whether more than one generation is buried there, which would suggest that there are numerous burial strata, or if they were affluent people, Barcan explains. Isn't this discovery a fascinating one? What do you think about it? In case you are new to the channel, then kindly press the bell icon and share this video with your loved ones. Coming back to the main topic, the finding gives more proof of the significance of foreign trade during the 66 years that Ramses II ruled Egypt during the 19th dynasty. The finding was made in Egypt. The cave included a variety of pottery, some of which were brought from Cyprus and the ancient port city of Ugarit, which is located in what is now the country of Syria. Ugaritic was a Semitic language that has since been extinct. According to Dr. Eli Yanai, an IAA expert on the Bronze Age who was quoted in the press release, believes that some of the pottery also came from Ashdod and Ashkelon in Israel. It is also thought that some of the pottery came from the Gaza Strip, Tyre and Sidon in Lebanon, and Ashdod and Ashkelon in Israel. This indicates that residents of the region were clearly involved in intense commercial activity across the Mediterranean coasts. The boundaries of Egyptian rule were pushed to the east by Ramses II, reaching as far as modern-day Syria, and to the south approaching Sudan. The finding was discovered on the beach of Palmakim, which is located on the Mediterranean coast between Jaffa in the north and Ashkelon in the south. Both of these cities were fiefdoms of prominent merchants during the time period that the artifacts found in the cave are dated to. One possible explanation for the people who were buried in the cave is that they were pirates who operated out of a port that no longer exists, and where merchants attempted to avoid paying the commercial taxes that were imposed in Jaffa and Ashkelon. This is one of the hypotheses that have been put forward to explain the identities of the people who were buried there. David Gelman, an additional archaeologist with the IAA, proposed the theory on the identity of the skeletons found in the cave, which is situated on what is now a popular beach in the central region of Israel. The fact that these people were buried along with weapons, including entire arrows, demonstrates that these people may have been warriors, or perhaps they were guards on ships, which may have been the reason why they were able to obtain vessels from all around the area, he said. The fact that these people were buried along with weapons, including entire arrows, demonstrates that these people were buried along with entire arrows. Gelman described the discovery as amazing, despite the fact that it was impossible to determine who exactly lived in the cave. Burial caves are unusual enough as it is. Finding one that hasn't been touched since it was first used 3,300 years ago is something you almost never discover, he added. The cave was utilized by the first people who used it. It's like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. Just diving into the earth and finding everything just resting there as it was originally. Whole ceramic pots, weapons, vessels made out of bronze, and graves just as they were. According to the IAA, the cave has been resealed and is now being watched by security personnel while a strategy for its excavation is being developed. It was said that a few objects had been stolen from it in the little amount of time that had passed between its discovery and its eventual closure. There is also evidence, which is being investigated by the Israeli police, that someone may have taken artifacts from the cave immediately after it was found and before it was shut off by the government. This is something that the police in Israel are looking into. Barkhan, on the other hand, estimates that around 95% of the finds have not been disturbed. So there you have it, folks. An ancient Egyptian cave, perfectly preserved for over 3,000 years. Who knows what secrets this cave holds? Perhaps it was a hiding place for ancient royalty. Or maybe it was used as a secret meeting place for conspirators. We may never know for sure. But one thing is certain. The discovery of this cave is sure to add another piece to the puzzle that is ancient Egyptian history. Thanks for watching.